Hi, team. I'm Fitz Koehler, your very noisy race announcer for the OC Marathon, and welcome to the very first OC Marathon show. We are super excited to have each and every one of you here, not only for the live stream tonight, but we're expecting to see you all this year, November 6th and 7th, at our races. So this is a great opportunity for us to connect with our athletes and the community at large and do what we do, help people get fitter and pursue athletic adventure. So I am going to bring in the people that make it all happen, the real stars of the OC Marathon show, both Gary Kutscher, race director, and Kelsey Peterson, program director. Hi, team.
Well, how's it going, Fitz? Good to see you.
It is very good to see you. I can't wait to be back in the OC.
I can't wait to see you right up on the stage with us. Are you kidding? That's been so long.
It has been very long, painfully long. So we're already having our guests starting to reach out. We've got Lorna Castillo saying hello. Hi, Lorna. Oh, and she's saying hello to everybody. There's multiple Lornas. Perhaps she's on okay.
Hello.
She's on YouTube and Facebook. I like that kind of fan. So for everyone watching, please use the comment section wherever you are, YouTube or Facebook. That's exactly where you can make your comments, ask questions, and that's what this show is all about: is engaging with you guys and making sure you know what you need to know and learn what you need to learn. Right?
Absolutely.
So I want to kick this off by asking, what has this year and a half been like for you without the 2020 OC Marathon weekend?
Oh, you start off with a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's been very interesting and disappointing on so many fronts. I think that when we first made the announcement way back in March 2020, I think that we all thought that it was going to be a kind of a short-lived thing. In fact, when we were fortunate enough to get a rescheduled date for November of 2020, everyone, I think yourself included, said, "Oh, Gary, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be coming back, and they're all going to be wanting to race." And so we really thought that was a good thing. And we know how that's turned out. So it's been a long time, much longer than any of us ever would have liked. We did do a lot of fun virtual runs. We had some great, we raised a lot of money. We did all kinds of fun stuff with that, but it's just not the same. So to say we're looking forward to November, that's really an understatement.
Yeah. What about you, Kelsey?
Yeah, I mean, things have been super, super different for us. Gary and I still do get to see each other a lot in the office, but we miss the runners. And so shipping them the packages just isn't quite the same as seeing them in person. We do email correspondence a lot with them, but I can't wait to go back to an expo and just see people again. We didn't know that we would miss that so much. So yeah, we're excited to get back in person. So.
Well, I know you guys have these isolated events that, you do the OC Marathon events, which include Run for the Claws and the OC Fair 5K.
5K, yeah.
But I've already been back in action announcing other races. And I tell you what, it feels so good. It's like we haven't missed a beat being around crowds. For me, I'm super excited when people high five me. I'm like, I got germs. I'm touching other humans. It feels very exciting to be back.
Are the hugs back?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, and so this is what I threatened, because I so desperately missed humans, like our runners, so much. And I do give out the finish line hugs, but I was planning to up the ante and go straight to a kissing booth.
Oh, wow. That's really good. That could make the news.
Yes, it could. And I'm down with the French kissing booth too. I mean, I really miss these people. So think about if that's on like brand with OC Marathon. But
perfect. I'll be first in line, but my wife will probably have something to say about that.
Oh, she's such a babe. I'll make out with your wife. Okay. So Lorna, yes, I was at Havasu. We got J.M. McSwain. So thank you guys. When does the shirt ship? And the shirt, whoa, do we know what this means?
So right now, we do have shirts at the at our office that we're sending out for people who have been running virtually.
Okay.
We have been waiting for people to let us know that they've ran it virtually. And so they submit their results, and then we go ahead and send those things out. We, at some point prior to the race, we'll go ahead and ship out everyone else who is planning to run virtually. We've been waiting for people. If someone wants to have their shirt and medal when they finish their virtual run, wherever they are, we will send that out. So that just requires an email to us at info@OC Marathon. And we take care of that right away and get that shirt and medal and a couple of little things out with that immediately. Okay. But everyone else will just pick up their shirts when they pick up their bibs. And this is the pullover that everyone's going to get as well. So it's really kind of a neat pullover. It's got our cool palm trees and everything. So I get compliments when I wear it. So it's pretty good stuff.
Looks nice. It looks nice on your muscles too. I'm going to throw that. So let's dive in. You have been planning your little pants off for quite a while to make this year's OC Marathon Weekend special. So let's start with the majors. It's OC Marathon Weekend, but it's not really OC Marathon.
Yeah. So what we decided to do was get rid of the marathon. We'll call it a pause on the marathon for 2021. And there's a number of reasons for that. The last shoe to drop was LA dropping right on top of us, right. Which did happen about 6 weeks after we had already come up with that date. And we understand it's, on a normal year, that would have been extremely disappointing. But this year, we're all trying to do whatever we can. I totally understand that they have venue restrictions and every other event's trying to find weekends to fit stuff in. And so they go through a lot of cities to go from Dodger Stadium to Century City. And there's just a lot involved there. So they had to go on that date. I don't think it was great for them, and I don't think it's great for us. And we're just going to work with it. And we love the team up in LA, and we'll just have to deal with it. So that was the final shoe to drop with regards to that. Going back to the beginning, there's we didn't know what the start line was going to look like. I know that Greg from Buffalo even mentioned this, but we didn't know how the start line was going to look. And so when you have a full marathon that starts at 5:30 and a half marathon that typically starts at 6:15, you've got a lot of slow marathoners that are out there who will then shortly, as early as 6:30, 6:45, you're going to start having fast half marathoners passing the marathoners. And there are a couple tight places on the course. And so we just felt, not knowing what social distancing was going to be like, everything else, that was our main reason to do it. And so we made that call probably back in April or early May. And we've been converting a lot of runners. We had 700, I think, signed up for the marathon at that time. So we have been converting them to either half marathon or to going to deferring to next year.
Okay.
Or even doing the full virtual, and that's what they're doing. So.
But we're laser focusing on the half marathon. So it's November 6th and 7th. We've got the OC 5K on Saturday. And then on Sunday morning, we're going all out with a half marathon.
Yep, absolutely. Sorry, I went on too long on the marathon. No, that was a big deal. It was a big deal. It was a lot.
Well, you know what? It is a big deal. And certainly it's the OC Marathon weekend.
Yeah.
So you got to address the fact that this year there won't be the marathon. But that's okay. I mean, anyone who would give you a hard time really just hasn't grasped what's gone on across the world for the past year and a half. So, but by far and away.
We should mention that we are having one next May. So we'll be back for the full marathon. It's just a pause. So we will have a full marathon next May.
That's right. Lorna, super excited. And then Brent with a great comment. He heard flashback heart attack is coming back for the post party. Is that a hell yeah?
Absolutely, it's a hell yeah. They just played Saturday night at the OC Fair to a sold out crowd. They're great guys. They've been at our finish line for over a decade, and it wouldn't be the same without them. So yeah, flashbacks back. We also have a band on Saturday night called Sega Genocide. They're a great 90s band. They're really taken off now, and just playing some big time Hollywood parties and everything else. They're a great band, so we're fortunate to have them. And so yeah, awesome, Brett. I'm glad you like them.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going to bring back. We've even talked about maybe bringing back a surprise guest to sing. So we just have to see if maybe, we've had a few in the past, like Missing Persons or Annabelle the Wind from Bow Wow Wow. We've had a few people like that. So we'll see.
Well, we have a bunch of surprises in store. So here's just a little personal anecdote. So for anyone who doesn't know, I've been announcing OC Marathon since 2014, and it was the very first race I ever announced. So I'm so grateful to Gary and Kelsey for giving me that chance to come work with Rudy, because now almost every weekend of the year, I do this thing that I love so much, and it's so much fun. And OC has a special place in my heart. And this is the first race jacket I ever got as a race announcer, the 2014. But here's the deal. We're at the finish line till 2, 3, till the very last runner comes. And everybody brags about the Finish Line Festival. It's the best beach party in California. You're an insane person if you miss it. I am right around the corner. I've never once been to this incredible finish line party, and I hear about it every year. People are like, oh my God, that was so much fun. And, I'm having fun at the finish line, but it makes me a little sore. I finally got to hear Flashback Heart Attack play at the DC Batman run in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
And they were incredible. I thought, this is what all the hubbub's about. They're so wonderful. But yeah, it's this party.
So Fitz, tell us why you're going to be alone on the stage this year, and you couldn't even ask for some help to maybe go listen to him for a little while. No.
And the truth is I refuse to leave a finish line no matter what.
I know. Okay.
There's always that. However, because of LA Marathon dropping on this day, both Rudy Novotny and I announced OC, and then we also announced Los Angeles. So not only are the runners having to make hard choices this year, but we had to make a hard choice. It wasn't a hard choice that we would make sure we would cover both events and make sure we both had, excellent announcing. But it's heartbreaking. Rudy's dying inside that he can't be with us at OC. And of course, I'm going to miss LA so much. But apparently, we can't be at two places at once. This is what I've been told. I've tried before, doesn't work, but I'm ecstatic. I have no regrets. I'm thrilled to be at the OC, and we're going to have to maybe FaceTime that finish line party so I can, get a taste of it, perhaps.
I think that LA is going to miss you, and we're going to miss Rudy, and it's just, it's one of those things, and we're going to get back to normal next year. So
yeah, for certain. Okay, we've got some comments here, and then I'm going to drive you guys with nuts and bolts on these events because people want to know the details. Actually, we'll go through the comments, and then I'm going to start answering the questions. So Todd Schulman, we're so excited you're joining us. First timer, smart man. First timer here. I'm confused on the time for the half marathon. When I signed up, was told we had 4 hours, but it says 3.5. He's slow and worried about time. So what is the cutoff for the half marathon? When does it start?
Well, the short answer is don't worry about Todd. Everything's good. And the longer answer is we put those times in there. I've had runners come in who have had health issues, but it's their goal to finish their half marathon, and they've been in 6.5 hours before. Yes. Similarly, for the marathon, it's 7 hours, and we've had people there much later than that. And everyone's they're not just going to get there and there's a line there. We're there until the last person comes across. And I put the medal on the very last person. And I would have to say that the last person gets quite a bit of recognition, where our entire medical team stays there until the very last person, and the whole team comes out and we take a picture. And so, Todd, you have nothing to worry about. The 4 hours is something that we have some rules on course that the city lets us know that we have to open certain roads. The worst thing that could happen is you may get stuck at a light and have to push the walk button because you've become a pedestrian, and that's still not a for sure thing. So it's that's the only thing you may encounter, but we're going to be there waiting for you no matter what.
Very good answer. And then Christine wants to know, when will they pick? Oh, she's just saying hello. Sorry, I missed out on that. Hi, Christine. Everybody good. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Okay. Lorna wants to know, oh, she's skipping LA. And then Sarah had the question. When do we pick up bibs? She's so excited. We're so excited too, Sarah.
When do we pick up bibs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have our standard expo. The plan right now is our standard expo. It will begin at 4:00 on Friday afternoon on the 5th of November. And you'll be able to come and get your bib, get your shirt. The other swag, we intend to have a full expo with 50, 60 vendors. We do have some larger aisles this year to keep the congregation from being too much. So you pick up your shirt on Friday or Saturday. If you happen to be doing the combo crush or the 5K, you're welcome just to come on Saturday afternoon. And the expo is open from 10 until 5 on Saturday. So you could easily just come and pick up your bib and your shirt later on in the afternoon, and then do the 5K if that was your plan. So Friday and Saturday, 4 till 8. Go ahead.
And that's at the OC Fair and Event Center. So
yes,
in case she was wondering where, that's at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa.
And don't just show up to get your bib and run. Show up an hour earlier, because there's all sorts of shopping and fun things to do. Always great activations. And maybe I'll set up my kissing booth there too. You never know.
I like that.
All right. So Todd, thank you for that. He's going, you're going to get that 3, Todd. If not, we'll be there anyways. Take your time. All right. Dave Burnell, 11th year in a row. We love our legacies. Okay. So,
Thank you, David.
So it's November 6th and 7th. We're going to go through the nuts and bolts. You just said our expo it's full expo. We'll have a little more wiggle room for distancing, whoever needs that, but it's full expo. We'll have vendors of all sorts. People can pick up their shirts and bibs. Tell us about the shirts and the bibs and the medals this year.
The shirts are really awesome. Last year, we started using this real nice, soft, stretchy material. Kind of feels, I don't want to use a brand, but the really expensive brands that we all know out there. Yeah. And so this is the women's shirt. I mean, it's just really, really, really stretchy and
hold it up a little. Nice.
Yeah, and then the back of it has this kind of a shield look on it with our logo and everything else, and that really corresponds then to our medal also. Beautiful. Which I got to go backwards here. So isn't that funny? And so that's the medal. The men's shirt is the same material, again, real stretchy, but it's more of a darker teal. So we have the teal for the men's. Actually, I can open up and make it look a little better.
And show us the half marathon medal, because that was the full.
That was a full. Well, they're exactly the same. So that's the half marathon medal.
Beautiful.
And then we have the 5K medal. Then for those of you that are going crazy and doing the combo crush.
I love that.
The combo crush. Pretty neat.
All right. And pause for a second, because we have newcomers. Combo crush is if you do the 5K and the half marathon. So you get your medal for the 5K, you get your medal for the half, and then you get that cool running shoe medal as the third medal. And
you get a 5K shirt as well, too. So 3 medals, 2 shirts, lots of fun, 2 finish line festivals, 2 bands. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's right. So put down, I want everyone to use the comments section right now, whether you run because you love running or you're coming to do the race because you love the swag. So that's always
an interesting little poll to take. So do you do this because you love running or the swag? All right. So Kelsey, normally we have kids run the OC Saturday morning, and we're not having that this year because of a little bit of insanity still lingering in the air. So where do we want our kids to go?
We want them to run the 5K. So for our kids, and we've just recently kind of made this decision, but yeah, we won't be having our typical big and crazy kids run the OC on Saturday morning, but they are absolutely welcome to come that afternoon to the 4:30 5K. And any of our kids run the OC kids, will definitely give them a discount for that 5K in the afternoon. And we expect it to be fun, and all the kids I know are capable of running that 3.1. We will have a kids run the OC in next May as well.
Okay. Yeah. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, a kid doing a 5K, we have plenty of kids who do the 5Ks, not only at your races, but all over the country. There's little guys, and you guys can take your time. It's supposed to be a family affair. I mean, you're not required to bring your family, but you can do it as an entire family unit. You can bring grandma, you can bring grandpa. In fact, one of the coolest things we have at the OC 5K is this retirement home who brings out these centurions that are 90 something, and some of them are in wheelchairs and some of them are walkers. And it's precious, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's really pretty cool. I think we had a 94-year-old actually do the 5K a few years ago, and pretty special.
My grandma comes and runs all of our 5Ks, and she wouldn't like me to tell you how old she is, but thinks that she's my grandma, so that tells you something.
She's a grown-up. She's over a grandmaster.
She's a grown-up.
Yeah, but definitely bring the kids out, and it's such a fun experience, and 5K is a great distance for the little guys. Okay, so we had a poll before, and the answers are coming in. So Gary, do you think more people are in for the running or the swag?
Oh, I think now with everything, I think they're out there to be running right now. I have to think that everyone's got their COVID-19 and they're needing to get out there and push some miles. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. What about you, Kelsey? What do you think? They're there for running or swag?
Well, I like to run for the running, so I'm going to go with Gary and go for the running. But we do have some great swag, so it doesn't really matter.
Again, this is the shirt that you get for doing the half marathon in person. So we have so much swag this year, is a lot. So maybe that is what it is.
Okay. All right. You ready for the answers? Here they come.
Yeah, we're
Sean
ready.
Holloway Jr. Legacy swag. Dave Burnell. I love running, but the swag is awesome. I know Dave's a total swag guy. Lindsay Collins, 1 vote for running. Sarah Michelle DeFibre. I got to learn how to say your name, Sarah. I'm going to work on that. DeFibre. Love running, but swag is a plus. I think it's more than a plus. Brent Goldberg. Just for the free beer.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the free beer, but yes, we have free beer. And if you're Legacy, you get an extra beer. And we're still working that part out.
All right.
And if you run the 5K on Saturday night and the half marathon in the morning, you also get 2 beers with those 2 finish line festivals as well.
Oh my gosh.
That's true, right?
And then if you do the combo crush and then you drink the beers on Saturday night and then you wake up early for Sunday, it's going to be a very exciting day. Okay.
This is this is the new Legacy bag that everyone gets with the
that's fun.
Nice beach swag bag.
Most importantly, is that also considered an announcer bag?
It is an announcer bag as well. Yes.
That's what we got to know. All right. Any chance of giving Legacy members a pass for last year if they weren't able to do it virtually?
Yeah, what we've done, and thanks, a great question. Last year when we first started setting down our rules, it was we didn't know exactly what we were going to encounter. We just didn't know this was going to be 18 months. We had no idea. So what we first said was everyone had to do the event virtually last year in order to be considered or continue that. And I hope that we don't get any blowback from people, because a lot of people did do it virtually. But what we did do this year is we've decided to show or say that anybody who did it in 18 and 19, so it's kind of a 3 out of 4 years. So if you did it 18 and 19 and 21 year, you can be a legacy. Certainly anyone who did 19 and 20 virtually is also a legacy. But so the answer is yes on that.
Good. You know what? Why not be a little extra flexible? Why not?
It was, I think we learned a lot after we made some rules and decided that some of this stuff, we have to be a little bit more pliable, not so hard-nosed on some of this stuff.
That's a very good vocabulary word, Gary.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a couple more votes are in. I love running and the swag. This is Jessica Craig, and she's excited about the shirt. Can't wait to rock it.
Jessica's a good friend. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Jessica.
And she looks super fit. So I can't wait to see her in that shirt too. So we got Yoga for Seniors and You by the Timeless Runner. Love to run the local races that support our local communities and local runners. OC is the best for both. Absolutely. Carolina DeMario, first half. Congratulations, Carolina. This is your personal record guaranteed. Leanne Anderson, running and swag. Oh my gosh. So let's see. We got legacy bag is fire. That is great feedback. Okay. Dana, you're not going to get this. I know Dana. Rudy's probably laughing. How about an early start for us slow runners?
Well, this year we had to actually back up the start time. Normally we have our full marathon start at 5:30. Sunrise typically takes place about 15 minutes, 20 minutes after that.
Yeah.
This year, sunrise is not until 6:18, 6:19. So we have to start at 6. It's just too darn dark before that to start the race. Something else this is really silly. We do all kinds of planning. I look at sunrise all the time. I look at sunset so that we can decide what time to start the 5K, which has to be at 4:30 this year now instead of 5 o'clock, like we normally have on Saturday night, because sunset is at 5:50. And if we started at 5 o'clock, we would have runners still out there after 6 o'clock, and it would just be a little bit too dark for them. So we moved it to 4:30. Well, just today, as I was doing our planning and looking at stuff, we learned, and I'm really giving it all away how silly this is. The time change is Saturday night. So not only do we have to worry about all that we have to worry about and our alarm going off and all the other crazy things, we have to put in a time change also. So it's going to fall back this year, and it's just one of those things.
Running, yay! This is what we do. We wake up early.
And she does kind of get an early morning start, I guess. She gets an early start.
That's right.
Dana's a he, and yep, you're getting an early start thanks to daylight savings. Okay, so we got Leanne. Hi, hello. Okay, so BJ wants to know. BJ Dahl, this is his first half. Can you talk about the experience right before the run? Do runners begin in phases or all at once?
Well, it's a great question. So there have been a lot of different planning that's been taking place over the course of the last 12 months about what the start might look like. In a typical year, we have about 5 waves of 2,000 or so runners at a time. And so you get there, we will send out an email to everybody. Make sure that everyone is signed up for our email. For some reason, people get a marketing email sometimes, and then they opt out of what they think is a marketing email, and then they don't get our participant emails, and that's such an important thing. So make sure if for some reason you thought, you know what, I get so many emails, I'm going to go ahead and opt out of these marketing emails. We need to have you on in our MailChimp in our database, so you can still sign back up again for that. But anyway, we're going to send out an email to you. That's going to have your start time, your bus time, your shuttle time. So we're going to have shuttles that will take you again from the finish line to the start line. There's plenty of parking at the start line also, so just FYI. But we typically put the fastest runners based on your estimated finishing time in those earliest of heats and in your corral. So you'll get a shuttle time and you'll get a corral designation. And so we want those fastest runners in those earliest corrals. So depending on what you wrote as your estimated finishing time, that will come into play. So if you're a middle of the, if you're a 10, 11, 12 minute per mile marathoner, you'll be somewhere in wave 3 or 4. This year will probably, because of some, I'll say social distancing, but it'll still be 1,000 runners per wave. We'll probably go to 1,000 runners per wave. We'll have more of an extension back. And so when you get there, we'll have our personal item storage there for you, since this is your first half. UPS has been a longtime partner of ours, and you'll be able to take your an extra jacket. It will be November, so it could even be raining. We hope not. But at the expo, everyone's going to be given their swag bag, and it's a clear bag, drawstring bag. And on the top of your bib will be your number and a little hole in it. And you tear that off of your bib and you use that on your clear swag bag that you're getting at the expo. And then you put any of your clothes that you'd like to have waiting for you at the finish line in the UPS truck that corresponds to your bib number. And then, so once you do that, you'll just kind of walk around towards the back of the groups, find your corral, and kind of mosey on in there. We're not real strict on that at all. So I think that if you
popular,
it's real time. And so once you get there, you kind of move to the corral that you want. Fitz will be hollering at everybody. She is a part of Team Noisy here, and just wait till you hear her out there. And loud music, lots and lots of fun, and we'll be letting the waves go probably every 5 minutes. So you'll eventually walk to the front, and it'll be your time to go, and let her rip.
Very good. So can I re-sum that up just to boil it down? You go to the expo, you get your shirt, your bib, your bag. If you're a new runner, you may not know that it feels nice to change into clean clothes post-race, or to have a jacket or clean socks, whatever. So you'll gather those things.
Maybe some flip-flops.
That's right. Just stuff you don't want to run with, but stuff you want to have, especially if you're taking a bus from the finish line to the start line. There's going to be some goodies you want to take with you. So you'll show up at the start line, and then you'll free yourself of the things you don't want to run with. Check that bag into the UPS truck, and then you'll line up. And I will be giving very clear instructions. If you have a C on your bib, go to the Corral C. There's big signs. Everyone's friendly. The runners will help you get where you need to go. And then once I yell go, it's all easy. You just follow the dudes in front of you until you get to the finish line. Finish line, your hands up. You get the celebration. You get your medal. You dance funky. You gather your things and that bag, and then you party, and it's easy, right?
Yeah, don't leave anything. We prefer no phones and
no $100
keys.
bills.
There's certain things that we find them every year. People leave their bag, and we're reuniting people with their very important items afterwards. But that's really key is just making sure that you enjoy yourself out there. We're going to have some fun things on the course. We're going to have some photo opportunities on the course. So I think as long as you go out there and just plan on having a good time, you absolutely will.
Absolutely. So 2 things. I want to tell everyone that we're going to do a giveaway in just a few minutes. So stick around. It's going to be a little bit of trivia, and then we're going to give out a good prize, and Kelsey will tell you what we're giving away. But someone made a comment, Brent Goldberg, and he's talking about where you line up. So you'll be assigned a corral to line up in for me to you'll go, and you'll go with that group of people. But the reason we do that is so nobody gets trampled and everyone can run at their most comfortable pace. So I'm a slow runner. I identify as a slow runner. So if I were up in front, Kelsey and I are up in front, and then someone yells go, and all the fast people want to go, but Kelsey and I are in their way, they eat our brains, right? They come right on top of us and we become a road hazard. So it makes a lot more sense to let the speedsters take off like, they're on fire, and then the next quickest pace, they go comfortably. If we put the very slowest people first, the fast people would have to waste a lot of energy trying to weave, and it becomes very tricky. Now, this is the good thing. If you are in a ladder corral, you get more start line fun, which we are going to be having. And what I find as an announcer is no matter how fun I am, and trust me, I'm a fun time, the elites, the speedsters up in front, they kind of give me dirty looks. They're like, shut up, lady. But the further we go back in the corral, the greater the party, the more fun we have. It's your race. I mean, by the time we get to the last couple corrals at OC, it's like all hell is broken loose. People are dancing and jumping. It's so much fun. And I know we have extra stuff planned this year, but that's why we do the corrals the way we do. And it's safer and less frustrating. And again, more fun. If you stick around longer, you're guaranteed to have a really good time.
Yeah, and Brent brings up a good point real fast, is that your bib does have the tag on it. So your time doesn't begin until you cross the start line. So for those of you who are brand new runners, you'll see two times when you finished. One's called the chip time. That's your actual time. The other one's called the gun time. And the gun time, you won't really worry about it. If you're back in the back, there's a lot of races where you're a half hour after the leaders have taken off. That doesn't matter. Your clock, your time begins when you cross the start line. So there's no reason to rush up the front at all.
Great answer. And then Victoria wants to know, if you run the 5K and have virtually, do you still get the combo crush medal? And
yes, that's an interesting thing. So they're probably, we've had a few people, not very many, who intend to run the 5K on Saturday and then go up to LA and run LA in person up there. And so, yes, that we're going to need to work those out, whether we can get their half marathon time before and let them pick up both races at our expo when they pick up stuff for their 5K. I think that is more of a solutions thing that we need to deal with. But we'll just need to have people. That's not an option during registration either. You can't choose an in-person and a virtual. That is we have to do that manually. So we have to go through, find those people, and then kind of deal with them on a case-by-case basis. But we'll make sure that you'll get all three medals, the whole bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's probably best for Victoria, to just send us an email directly to info@OC Marathon so we can kind of get that all sorted out for her.
Yes.
I'm actually putting that email address so everyone will have that. info@OC Marathon. Now we're talking about medals, but we've left out one very important medal. There's the Beach Cities Challenge medal, which is a seahorse, right?
It is. So a lot of people we waited. We've done a lot of really cool medals. The 2020 race that we were so disappointed we didn't get to have was the sea turtle. And the sea turtle was something that people wanted. They talked about it for a long time. So this is this absolutely cute sea turtle, and it's got all the logos on it and everything else. Anyway, we're going to have a fair amount of those still. So if that's something that someone really had their mind set on for 2020 and they weren't able to do it virtually or didn't work out, we'll have those available. But the new seahorse is just so cool. Let me get the right distance out so you can see the whole thing. And then and it's exactly the same on both sides. They're just amazing that they do these things. It's exactly a seahorse. And then on the inside has all of our logos on it, and it's really cool. So this is for those that are doing the full or half marathon at Surf City. In this case, it was Surf City is going to be September 11th. There are those people who did OC last year virtually, and Long Beach virtually, and they're going to be qualifying at Surf City. So Surf City will be the first ones to receive the 2021 Seahorse Medal. And then obviously Long Beach and OC. So it's going to be great. We already are in design for the 2022 medals. We're not going to give away what that is yet, but that's going to be equally cool.
Okay. And so I have two questions. One's actually not a question. One's a statement. I have a really good idea for a medal, so I'm going to throw that out there. And then number two, who designs all these medals, Gary?
Oh, that's me.
What very talented artist designs these beautiful medals?
That's a lot of fun. We kick it around in the office about what we can do. And so, these are fun. A few years ago when I had this crazy idea for a shark, and the shark it made me nervous actually, because it was about 4 years ago. And we really did have an uptick in sharks in our ocean right here. And so when I went to my meeting with Long Beach and Surf City, and I was talking about this shark idea, and they loved it. And I was very hesitant to bring it up. And so I was worried about it. And then all the way up until we were able to give them away, we just kept thinking, okay, let's don't have any shark attacks off in our waters right here. Just let's don't have this. We don't need this. So anyway, but yes, we make the OC Marathon designs them all, myself mostly, and they're really pretty cool.
Well, they're beautiful. And Gary Kutscher is the most humble man on the planet because he is actually an extraordinary artist who not only designs beautiful medals for his races, but he has other fine art. But it's you. You keep saying we. I think it's you, right? Kelsey, is that true? Is this Gary?
Yeah, he does the designs. I give some ideas. Okay. But he does the designs. Yeah.
Pretty.
I bounce everything off of Kelsey. She's, I mean, it's constant as far as what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But so, and it's been runners at expos who have given us ideas. You need to do a sea turtle. You need to, and so, we get those ideas from people. We just take that and then start drawing them and figuring them out. And that's what's kind of fun. It's one thing to come up with an animal. It's another to figure out how to make it work and have fun with it. The whale, because of its fins, we actually had to use a rubber neoprene that's fit into it so that it could even pack it. You couldn't pack it without it. Couldn't be brass or wherever the metal is. Okay. So we've come up with some pretty cool things, and then making the hinges work, and it's fun. And then it became my goal to make sure everything could stand up. Well, this year the seahorse doesn't stand up on its own, so we're providing a cute little acrylic stand that will let it stand up, like this. So,
well, and just as a testament to Gary making all these medals and designing them himself, he actually sometimes makes paper sculptures of the medal. So if you come to our office anytime, you can see the prototypes as they go through the movement and become a medal. There's actual prototypes.
Amazing. Okay, so this is a great idea. Everyone, I want you to use the comment section. Tell us what your idea is. What sea creature, iconic sea, whatever, sea cucumber. You put it in the comments section. Let us know what your ideas are. That would be fun. Maybe we will come up with a brilliant idea.
David's already moving the ball where the ball's already going. So maybe I've given away too much already, but yeah. So for next year, David's pretty much spot
on. Can I tell you what my idea is? It's nerdy, but I want a narwhal.
Are there narwhals here?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're in the ocean and they're so fun. The unicorn.
I thought you were going to want a manatee.
Come to Florida, make me a manatee. That would be nice.
All right.
Not narwhal. You got to have that. Okay, so here the ideas are coming in. Mermaid.
We've thought about a mermaid before. Yeah.
Otter. Great choice.
Yeah.
Dolphin.
We've gotten dolphin before.
Starfish.
We've done
I did a starfish already. We have
that's right. You did a really nice starfish. In fact, look at this. Lorna's on my team. She's like,
there's
narwhal.
Lorna with a narwhal too.
Lorna and I are going to be best friends. Okay, keep these ideas coming. This is a good one. Octopus. Have you done octopus?
We've gotten lots of octopuses. We haven't done it yet.
No, I was going to on the 8th year, a jellyfish. That's a tough one. Make a metal see-through.
Yeah, you know what? You got to come to Florida and give me an alligator. Just an alligator. That'll be good.
You know, there's an Orange County there also.
Yes, we do. Orlando. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
But we don't have a Gary Kutscher.
We can have the OC2 right there in Florida and start doing a whole nother set of animals there.
For sure. Starting with the alligator, most important animal in the world. Okay, so these suggestions are slowing down. Obviously, everybody wants a narwhal, so we'll leave that there. Okay, Kelsey, what prize are we giving away tonight?
Okay, so we have a training shirt for the marathon, or half marathon actually, the training shirt, and we are giving away OC marathon an entry to the half marathon or the 5K. And if you're already registered, we'll upgrade you to the VIP.
Okay, so it's a race entry or a VIP upgrade and a training shirt. Okay, so this is our trivia question. Everybody listen close.
And you saw your message, right?
I did not. Hold on. Are you confident with that?
Yes, I looked up the
right.
I sent it to you. Okay.
I see it. I got it. Okay. So the question, actually, Gary, do you want to ask the question?
I will. It was a great question that you came up with.
What are they winning as a result of this question? Are they winning everything?
Are they? Yeah, it's up to you.
So this one right here is going to this one right here.
Two questions.
So this first question will be for a training shirt, and so we have them in our office. So once we get the correct answer on this, we'll get your size and we'll send you out one of the new Inspire training shirts. So they're really pretty cool. So what year did we have?
It's the first person to answer. First answer we get. First
person to answer. What year did it hail on us at the start line? Oh.
It's coming. Probably like feverishly.
It was also the big rain. It was the same thing.
All right. Leanne Anderson says 2018.
No, not correct.
Brent. All right. First accurate answer came from, slow down. You guys are answering too quickly. Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson's correct. So I can pull it up and show you a really interesting picture that we had that year, but 2017.
I love it. Yeah, that was really fun. So we have a bunch of other contestants. They're great. I mean, they were like 2007, 2010. I like the spirit. Yeah, so that was actually fun. We sent off the full marathon, and it was actually very nice for the full marathon. And then within minutes, it started raining, and all the half marathoners, which again is a much bigger event, maybe 10,000 people line up. It starts raining, and then it's raining harder, and then the hail came in. This was my favorite part, because in the microphone I said, "Everybody, you can hide in the porta potties." And they did. There's like hundreds of people hiding in the porta potties.
Yeah, it was crazy. They the parking ramp underneath at the Marriott was 100% full. I mean, it was crazy waiting for people, and we couldn't send the half marathon off, so they had to stand in the rain for nearly a half hour before they took off. And what really ended up being so fun, which doesn't sound like it at that point in time, people were miserable at first, and everyone at the end of that race started saying how incredibly fun that year was. They took off running. They were first careful about trying not to step in a puddle, and finally, inevitably, they just got their shoes soaking wet, and then they just became kids jumping in puddles. And it was so much fun. The finish line, it turned out to be a great finish line as well.
Yeah.
And so a lot of
And
people
it
had a
was
lot of
sunny
fun.
at the finish line. Like Brent said, it was pretty much sunny at the finish line by the time a lot of people were finishing.
It was beautiful. It was really so much fun. Oh my gosh. And I have some actually good video footage I shot. It's either on my YouTube or my Instagram, but the hail was hitting our announcer tent so heavily. It was oh, and that's right. And then we had operations guys just coming to dump out the roof of the tent. They just kept pressing it up to get rid of the water. I think they were less protecting me than all the sound equipment.
Right. It was touch and go there for a while. We almost lost our tent above the announcer's table. So
it was very fun.
Pretty crazy.
I tried to pretend that they were there just protecting the damsel in distress, but all the stuff. And you know what? People talk about that as their favorite start of the race. Can we organize some hail for November?
Yeah, we really we did get a few emails from people saying, why didn't we have tents to put over everybody? And well, first off, we didn't know it was going to do that. And I don't know how you put tents over 12,000 people. So it was interesting, but we got some of those emails.
That's awesome. Well, people have suggestions. You got to just take them and use them as you should, right? Okay. So ambassadors, you're still accepting applications for ambassadors. What is the role of an ambassador and how do people apply?
Kelsey, why don't you take that?
Okay, so I'll start with the role of an ambassador. So we have about 25 active ambassadors right now, and they basically should love the OC Marathon so much that they want to tell other people about it. Sometimes it's through social media, but sometimes they're like a super active member of a run club, or they have a good running group that they run with all the time. And we send them extra fun prizes and swag in order for them to talk about the OC Marathon. And so we do have a little application process. They'll have to fill out an application online, and then we'd love to get you involved.
And they go to info@OC Marathon for that opportunity.
Yeah, they can do that too. Or on Instagram, they can DM us as well.
Yeah, and you guys don't have to be the fastest runner at all. It's just about being part of the OC Marathon family and embedding yourself within our group and helping us promote the race and get more people involved.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay. And then volunteers. We could always use more.
Volunteers. So, yes, you can go to volunteers@ocmarathon.com for that and sign up. There's a lot of need for that at the expo. We have people that need to help us get the expo ready to go. You can do a 4-hour stint or whatever, but giving out T-shirts, working our T-shirt tables, our bib tables at the expo. There's lots of different things there. We typically have a kids run that would be taking place, and there's a lot of need there. But we also have volunteers that are needed in finish lines. We have volunteers needed at the start line, volunteers needed at for the UPS truck, somebody for each truck. There's a lot of people that are needed. A lot of our water stations are manned by some just great charities that we have. But even some of those, it's a great charity, but this year is maybe even a little bit more of a question mark about just how many volunteers we're going to be able to get out there. So, anybody who wants to volunteer, we'll find you a place. If there's something you really want to do as opposed to something else, let us know, and we'll try to fit something that fits right where you want to be.
Okay. I have the next trivia question, and this one's going to be for a free race entry or an upgrade to VIP status, correct?
Yep.
All right, guys. So first one, to use the comment section, tell us who is the title sponsor of the OC Marathon weekend. Feverishly typing. Someone's writing Narwhal. It's a Narwhal. Narwhal Incorporated. No, it's not that.
It's inside all of our screens, so that should be helpful.
Oh, the first one to come out with it quickly is accurately. Where'd it go? It was, you guys answer. Jesus, you're moving so fast. The answers keep disappearing. First one with the accurate answer, Dana Moselle.
Awesome,
Congratulations.
Dana. And she used kind of a teal background. That's perfect.
It's a mandana.
Oh, sorry, Dana. It's a mandana. I knew that. I did know that.
Yeah, San Diego Credit Union.
Yeah, I did know that.
Community Credit Union, correct?
County Credit
San Diego
Union.
County Credit Union.
Okay. Congratulations. And they've been our title sponsor for how many years now?
This will be the third, and we're fortunate to have them for 3 more. And they have 6 branches in Orange County. They're expanding. It's a great partnership that we have with them. They are known for their community outreach. They have the Feel the Teal when people come to our event. Everyone's going to see all the teal around that they have there. They're going to have a great big presence there. We have the cash booth. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's right.
They're known for their great mortgages and car loans and their membership. So it's a great partnership for us.
Yeah, they've been a wonderful partner, and they always have something fun. That little cash booth, that's the one you saw the people in the game show 20 years ago in the 80s.
Yeah.
Catching cash. I'm an employee. I'm not allowed to get in the booth, right? Isn't that against the rules?
No, they are fantastic. So we're so excited to have them.
And congratulations, Dana. So I could be wrong, but I'm guessing Dana is already registered. So he's probably going to go with the VIP. I could be wrong, but you're welcome, Dana. Thank you. And then we have some other great sponsors on our list right now, Koros GPS watches, and they're going to be on the next episode of the OC Marathon show. Very excited to learn about their equipment. It's really high end, and all the pro ultra runners are using their stuff. And we got Cure Water, O2 Health Lab, Dole Fruit Cups, Power Crunch bars. Nom 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 nom. What will there be Power Crunch bars on the course at the finish line?
I think just at the finish line, the individual servings. I don't think we're going to have them out there, but we'll see. We're still working on that, but we know we have them for the finish line.
Okay. And then before we go, because I am going to wrap things up, we're hitting that hour march, and I think like lightning will strike me if we keep going. So we have so much extra fun, and I want people to know that this year is going to be extra compared to others, where we've removed the marathon, but the half marathon is going to be bigger and better than ever. And so is the 5K. We've got lots of fun things planned for the start line beyond just me making happy noise. Added fun activations on the course. What else did you want to share?
Well, it is. It's just a return to fun. I think everyone's really ready to put this behind us as fast as we can. We hope that we have some great weather out there, and lots of fun's going to be had. And like I said, we'll have some photo ops and some other fun things on course. We don't get to have a whole lot of entertainment as far as bands on the early miles because it's early and there's a lot of pretty things to look at. So you don't really need to have bands to divert your attention too much. It's got to be one of the best half marathon courses. I've done a ton of racing, and as a half marathon course, it's great. There's a couple hills out there, but those really there's more Boston qualifying people who run our full marathon because of our slightly hilly course. So I think the people who, for new half marathoners, they're going to see a few hills, but it's really pretty minor. And I think they're going to love it. It's a great course.
Yeah, and the thing that I think, go on, Kelsey, you first.
Well, we've been just brainstorming, I think, in the office because of the return to fun. We started using that as our tagline, and then we've been kind of echoing that in the office. So, like, what will we do as we return to fun? What does that mean? And so we're like thinking of ideas every day of how we can return to fun. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure to send them to us.
Yeah, and they really are planning extra things on the course. So you should have some nice surprises. Even if you're a legacy and you've done every race this year, you will definitely find special things popping up around the course. And the thing that I think makes events more fun is more people. So I'm going to put the onus on our athletes out there watching is please share, tell your friends about the OC Marathon weekend. We've got a great half, a 5K. They can do both, even if they're beginners. This is especially a great idea for beginners because it's so warm and fuzzy and such a big beach party. You forget you have to do the work of going from point A to point B.
And just stick around afterwards. So the good thing also about the half is that when you run a full marathon, it's really hard to enjoy yourself right when you finish because it's taken so much out of you. And the half is truly the perfect distance to finish the race, grab a beer if that's what you'd like, or a soft drink or a lot of other things that we have there, and listen to some great music and share your stories. Anybody who's working for a company out there who may want to get more of their company involved, we have a corporate challenge and we have a corporate hospitality area there. So you can email us at info@OC and we can kind of hook your company up and get some codes for that. So there's lots of ways that you can make it even more special by adding more people.
Yeah, and it's all about the people. That's the thing we desperately missed last year, right? You realize not only how important your family is, but then that extended family and the running community. I can't get enough. If we had 100,000 people in November, it wouldn't be enough for me. So so everyone needs to go to ocmarathon.com to register. Our prices are pretty good right now. They incrementally get more expensive as you get closer to race day. So it's always a good idea to register sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely. And people are excited about it. I mean, they really are. We're really fortunate. And we can't wait to see a lot of you may already be in the beach cities. So the first chance to really get to see you may be at Surf City when you're coming through the expo there. If that's the case, please come around and say hi to us at the OC booth that we have there. And then we'll probably see you at Long Beach. So we're just excited.
Yes. And moving forward, again, our next episode of the OC Marathon Show will be with our crew from Koros, learning about their GPS equipment. And moving forward, we'll have some shows dedicated to training. We hope you're preparing wisely for race day. We'll be talking nutrition. And the closer we get to the race, we'll start talking again about the nuts and bolts, about packet pickup and when to be where at what time, and logistics about race weekend. Anything else you'd like to add, race director and program director?
No, I think that's a lot and that's good. And lightning's going to strike because we went past the hour.
Oh boy. Okay. That's okay. It wouldn't be the first time. All right, team. Well, for everyone out there, thank you so much for joining us. We've had tons of viewers for the whole hour, and that makes me happy. Again, share the OC Marathon. We're fun with friends, and we will see you next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Get to work, everyone.
Bye, Fitz. See ya. Bye.